Well, hey, all you cool cats and kittens. My name's Tony.
What?
I said, hey, all you cool cats and kittens.
No.
What, we're not doing the Tiger King thing anymore?
No, that's a little outdated.
Oh, well, I haven't made a video since Tiger King was a thing, so I guess I'll just have to start off with, hey, my name's Tony. And today I'm going to show you a new spin on a classic dish. We're going to make KC mac and cheese. We're going to make some pulled pork. Tastes so good right here in the Ninja Foodi. And then we're going to make a classic mac and cheese. We're going to put it all together for a delicious meal that you're going to love. Well, are you ready? Good, let's get cooking. Well, the first thing you want to do is go ahead and hit that sear saute button and get that nice and hot because we're going to sear that pork up for the pulled pork. The next thing you want to do is, if you're enjoying my videos or if you've learned anything from my videos, go ahead and hit that little red button down there and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that little bell, bing, so you know when all my new videos come out. And come on over and check out our Facebook group, the Ninja Foodi Instapot Universe. There we share all of our tips, tricks, and ideas. We like to exchange recipes and all that good stuff. So come on over and check it out. It's free. Now, if you don't catch all these ingredients I'm throwing at you, they'll all be listed in the description box below. All right, grab your little bowl, and we're going to do 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 packed tablespoon of brown sugar, put all that in there, half a teaspoon of pepper, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, and about a half a teaspoon of ground cumin. Let's mix all that up. All right, let's cut up our pork. Now, you can use up from 1 pound to 3 pounds of pork. I'm using 1 pound because I'm not making that much. If you want to use 3 pounds, use 3 pounds and then save half of it for later and make those delicious little pork sliders. All right, like I said, I'm using just a little over a pound pork tenderloin. Pork shoulder, any of the pork that you have. Heck, you can even use pork chops if you want. They're boneless. Just make sure you cut them up, into about 1 to 2 inch chunks. About yay big. Put it right in that bowl with all those spices. This just helps it cook faster. Sound like one of those Chinese or those Japanese Tokyo steakhouse places. Go ahead and leave that fat on there. Gives it more flavor. All right, next, let's go ahead and give that a little toss here. Get all those seasonings all over everything. Like I said, if you're going to use a 3 pound, just go ahead and double up the amount of spices you're using. Kind of getting the twofer here. You're getting the pulled pork, Kansas City style. Why is it Kansas City style? So I'm using Kansas City barbecue, duh. And then you're also getting the classic mac and cheese. But when you put it all together, yeah, I can't wait to show you that one. All right, now that you got that coated, let's go ahead and put about a tablespoon of olive oil in that nice hot Ninja Foodi. Now that that's nice and hot, let's go ahead and dump that in there and sear all the sides of the pork. Give it a good stir, get that olive oil in there. All right, while we're waiting for that to sear up a little bit, get 1 cup of beef broth. I like to use the beef broth instead of chicken broth. Just gives a little bit more to it. And we're gonna put in 1/3 cup of apple cider vinegar. Let's go ahead and add it right to your mixture here. Then for 1 pound, I'm gonna use half a cup of barbecue sauce. If you're using 3 pounds or 2 pounds, go ahead and use a full cup. Use whatever kind you like. My favorite is the Zarda Hickory Sweet. Love this stuff. But you use the one that's local to you and the one that you like. And then we're going to put in a couple dashes of liquid smoke. Now, if you have the time to go outside and smoke that pork tenderloin, go ahead and do it. This is going to be done in about 45 minutes. Oh, the smells already. Couple reasons you go ahead and sear the meat in there. One, after you pressure cook it, it won't be that ugly gray color. And 2, it helps lock in the flavor, believe it or not. Now you can make this in your Instapot as well, except what you want to do is after you sear it, pull the pork out, pour a little of that liquid mixture into it so you can deglaze the bottom of it. The Ninja Foodi, you don't have to worry about that. And as you usually hear on all the different cooking shows you watch, man, I wish you could smell that. Oh, smells so good. Well, you can. Go make it. Let's give it one more little toss here. Let's go ahead and pour our liquid mixture in. And go ahead and scrape the bottom a little bit. It's a little deglazing. You really don't have to do it. There's nothing going to burn. So let's just get all that flavor mixed up in there. All right. It got quiet quick, didn't it? All right, now let's go ahead and put our pressure lid on. Set it to seal. And we're going to pressure cook on high for 35 minutes. And then we're going to do about a 5-minute natural release. See you in a few. I know. I forgot to put the barbecue sauce in. I told you I haven't done this since the Tiger King was a thing. Gosh. And I know I heard all of you guys going, oh, hello, what about the barbecue sauce? I meant to do that? All right, now give it a stir again. We'll put the lid on and pressure cook for 35 minutes. 5-minute natural release. See you in a few. Well, all right, we pressure cooked for 35 minutes. We did a 5-minute natural release. The red pin drop. Now we're going to take the pork out and put it into a bowl. Look at that. Talk about tender. Now, if you're going to do more pork, if you're going to do 2 to 3 pounds, go ahead and do it for 40 minutes with a 10-minute natural release. But I'm not making that much, so you don't have to cook it as long. Now let's get a little of that juice and pour it in there so when we shred it, get all those flavors. Probably about 2 tablespoons. And then we're going to dump it and clean the pan and come back and finish this up. All right, now we got that pan all nice and clean. Doesn't take much to clean it out. Drop that back in there. We're going to go ahead and add 4 cups. Ooh, see that? Good catch, huh? 4 cups of chicken broth. Half a teaspoon of kosher salt, pepper, and garlic powder. And 16 ounces of elbow macaroni. Let's give that a little stir. All right, let's go ahead and put the lid on. We're going to pressure cook for 5 minutes and do a quick release. Now, while we're waiting on that macaroni, let's go ahead and take a fork and shred up that beef. Look how tender that is. And now let's talk cheese, because you gotta have more than just one cheese for mac and cheese. You can't just use cheddar or just one. You gotta have a maritage of flavors. So, I have the Hy-Vee mac and cheese, which has a blend of cheddar, American, and Swiss cheese. If you can't find this, it doesn't have to be this exact mix. Use 2 cups of cheddar cheese and then add some mozzarella or provolone or Gouda or whatever cheeses you like. If you can find the mac and cheese blend though, the stuff's amazing. Then I also like to use the pizza blend. The pizza blend is mozzarella, provolone, Romano, and Parmesan cheese. I'll put about half a cup of that in with this mixture, and then I'm going to put the rest on top, and then I'm going to broil it, get all nice, thick, and bubbly. Get you some crispy onions, you know, like the stuff you put in your green bean casserole. That stuff's awesome on top to give it a little crunch. You're going to need half a cup to 1 cup of milk. Depends how creamy the cheese, actually depends on if the cheese is going to cooperate. Sometimes it gets too stringy, sometimes it just doesn't want to work, you have to add more milk. So start off with a half a cup, and then as you're mixing it, add more accordingly. And of course, you're going to use 2 tablespoons of butter. That's what makes it healthy. All right, now you know I got to try this. See, just like that, by itself is amazing. That is delicious. Put that on a couple little pieces of bread or those Hawaiian rolls, make some sliders. So good. It's tangy from the apple cider vinegar. Tender, smoky. So good. But we're gonna add a little more barbecue sauce to it. That's what I'm talking about. All right, we pressure cooked for 5 minutes. We did a quick release. Now let's drop in 2 tablespoons of butter. Stir that up. Let's let that butter melt before we put the milk in. In fact, let's move this over so you can see it better. That's better. Stir that up, get that butter melted. Let's start off with half a cup of milk. Pour about 1/4 of the bag in. Let's stir that up. Once it's all nice and melted, let's continue that process. Now, if you want to shred your own cheese, that actually works out a little bit better because there's something they put on the coating so this doesn't stick. When you shred your own, it doesn't do that, so it melts a lot easier. It doesn't get all stringy. But this works fine for me. A lot of recipes also call for evaporated milk. I just like the taste of regular, plain old whole milk the best. But if you want to make it that way, go ahead. Let's go ahead and add just a nice heaping handful or so of this one. Boom. That was a heaping handful. And I am going to add a little bit more milk, get it a little bit creamier. I'm not going to use all of it though. So about 3/4 of a cup was about right for this batch. All right, let's give it a little taste, see if we need to add some more salt and pepper or anything to it before we add the rest of the cheese. Oh my, that is good. I'm gonna add just a little bit more salt to it, that's it. Yeah, I'll tell you what, all those different flavors from all those different cheeses, that doesn't taste like that Kraft macaroni and cheese, where you got that powdered cheddar. This tastes amazing, this is like gourmet. All right. Now, I'm gonna add the rest of this cheese to the top. Because instead of using like breadcrumbs, put that breadcrumb topping on here, we're gonna use that pizza cheese to give it that nice little crust on the top. So we're gonna broil it for about 3 to 4 minutes. Check it after 3 minutes because you don't wanna burn it. All right, it's been about 3 minutes. Let's check it and make sure it's not burning. It's not burning, we're gonna go the full 4 minutes. All right, we broiled it for 4 minutes. Look at that. Can't wait to get into that. All right, let's put it all together. Let's get some of that mac and cheese. Look at the cheese. Let's get some of that pulled pork. Put it right on top there. Get some crispy onions. Put some of that on top. Gives you a little crunch. Because anytime you're eating something like this, you always gotta have a little crunch. Hit it with a little more barbecue sauce. And just for a little something extra, take a little baguette with some garlic butter, put it on top. And look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? It looks good, it smells good, but how does it taste? Let's get a little of that pork, a little bit of cheese, a little bit of that fried onion in there. Let's give that a try. Mmm. 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 That is so amazing. You got the creamy mac and cheese that has that gourmet flavor to it. That pulled pork is nice and tender. The barbecue sauce gives a little sweet and a little tanginess. The crispy fried onions adds that salt that you need to. Oh, that is amazing, guys. You gotta try this. Well, I got one question for you. Hey, Michelle, you hungry?
Starving.
Not for long.
Oh, good.
Let's eat.